Everybody, welcome to the hogbuilt.net YouTube Live's edition of Arkansas Diamond Report with Dudley Dawson. I'm Jason. We are here live at Torchy's and Rogers. Man, it's nice to be here today, isn't it?
Yeah, nice to be inside. Hopefully they're going to be able to get these games in, or at least two of them. I think is the biggest goal. They'd like to get three in, but the weather just sitting cooperates. Coach Van Horn's in his other role as a amateur meteorologist and they're trying to figure things out. There's a few rules that apply to this. So you have to get some notification that it's going to be a team. You have to be done in these three games. You can't be hanging for 3 days. You can't be hanging over and playing on a Monday. So it's going to be interesting. We'll be ready to go, cover it all. Look forward to it.
So they moved the game up from 7 o'clock to 6 o'clock tonight, hopefully trying to avoid some rain, maybe try to get it in before or later. Batch of rain comes in tonight. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a gap there, I think, between 4 and 9. And so would have been good. I thought maybe they could have moved it on up to 5. Got to cut the difference there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a pretty quick game once they get going because you've got Hagen Smith, obviously, who has been really good at efficient in his pitches. And you've got Coppola. Here's Coppola going for Florida. Don't have any idea whether he's kidding to Francis Ford Coppola or Snicklia, but probably ask him after the ball game. But he's a kid that has come back to pitch decently for them, I would say. He's got an 18 ERA, so we say decently, but he's just had a few innings get back after missing 756 days. Wow. He's the guy who's just happy to be out on the mound. Yeah, it's much like a spring training guy, I guess. That's getting in his work. I think it's going to be the start of the year. So it could be an interesting game. In another situation where you're not seeing the best go against the best in game one, Jack Caglione, the number one dual player in the country in Florida, and we'll go on Sunday or Saturday or whenever. in the third game, or they might we'll have to watch. They might move up to the second one. They get rid of the third game.
Yeah, this year really hasn't went the way Kevin or Coach McConnell hasn't really wanted it to. It seems like every time they win the midweek series, they lose the weekend series. They lose the midweek series, they win the weekend series. And you feel like Kevin O'Connell hasn't really kind of figured it out as far as getting consistent production from hit lineups outside of one guy.
Yeah. Coach Sullivan's done a really good job down there over the years. But certainly they have had they've had much tougher midweek schedule than Arkansas has. But at the same time, they don't have a great pitching staff. A couple of guys that do well, but much like Arkansas last year during the midweek when you were having some young guys come in and they were facing some good opponents and it wasn't working out too much. That's the one thing obviously we look at this. I think if you were to match them up, Florida's got a better offense. It's at 90 home runs. It's just number 3 in the country. I think number 2 in the SEC. And also Arkansas, as we know, has here's the darndest thing. Let's go with darndest. Since we're out in public. Yeah, darndest thing. Take Hagen Smith off of the Arkansas pitching staff. Arkansas would still have the best ERA of the team pitching staff in the SEC. I think it's just nuts.
And to add to that, too, whenever you add him into the offense or back onto the mound, he's 54 innings. He's averaging 17 strikeouts per 9 innings, which leads the NCAA. Also with 100 strikeouts, which is one of 4 pitchers that's done it so far here in the 24th season. His ERA is at a 1.53. With even whenever you don't take that away, in Arkansas's pitching staff is elite as it is this year. You start to wonder, how far can this team go as far as going up against some quality opponents? Like, I know Florida is not what the record says they need. Is kind of the reverse of what Mark
Lewis did. 21 and 19 overall. Most of those losses, or I'd say 9 of those losses, have come in the midweek game, so which is strange. You get 10 losses, obviously, in the conference play, 8 and 10. But they do have an offense, of course, a lot of runs. And I tell you, that's the one thing. You feel good about Hagan, and, you feel pretty good about Brady. Brady pitched well last week. Obviously, Mason Molina's not going to start this weekend because of a sprained ankle. And I think there's probably, Coach Van Horn talked about how he could probably go a little bit to, if they needed to, they could have him go. But I think they want to rest. And also, after having 7 walks the other day, in that game, I think they want to get him right, technical wise as well.
Yep.
Techniques and all that. So we'll, it's going to be interesting. You're going to have 2. You know what's going to get Hagan. You pretty much know what's going to get Brady. You're going to go in game 2, whenever that is. And then it's TBA, which they had last year. A lot of, I think it's going to be a bullpen game, like they call it, in the next weeks now. They'll have an opener. And, the fact that they're so good in the bullpen, and maybe they won't have to use too many innings and be able to spread that thing out. I think he feels good about what he's got going this week.
So I'm going to pick your brain for just a second. Okay. You got the TBD on Saturday. Could you see Colin Fisher come out? Or could you see somebody that we may have seen more midweek, except for Ben Bybee, somebody that might come out on a Saturday that Matt Hobbs and Dave Van Horn kind of talked about a little bit?
Well, I think in the big scheme things, you'd like to have Hagan go 6 or 7 in this first game.
Yeah.
And then bring in maybe for the situation where you bring in Parker Cole, somebody to get to Gabe Gackle. Cody Frank is certainly pitched a lot. Then you get Brady, whoever you have to get Gabe Wood and others who come there. If you could, I think you'd like to start Will McIntyre in the third game, I would think. But if not, you've got guys, Colin Fisher, Ben Bybee, and this week, you've got a lot of other guys that can step in there. And again, if they're just going to do it like a midweek game and go 2 to 3 innings apiece, I think you start with an older guy and allow younger guys to come in. And that is the game. Third game will be the one where Jack will be pitching for Florida. He's 5-0. Decent ERA, like 3.83, something like that. Key to me, it's going to be that second game. Who's going to come out of that? If you win those first 2, do you put the hammer down and go this week? Yep. Or you put a younger guy in situations in case you have to get him down the stretch in these, once you get in these regions, fifth game on a Monday. You need somebody to step up there. Colin Fisher, others have looked the part there, but you want to know what you got. And this will be an opportunity this week.
Do you think that Parker Coyle could see a little bit more of an expanded role? The last couple of outings that he has had, he's been lights out. And from what I've seen, it seems like he's starting to earn Dave's trust a little bit more and more each week.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. These situations, you've got a lot of them. Parker Coyle, I think they don't against 8 innings. So going into the last couple of weekends, he had decent outings under Colin Brady. I think again, against 8 innings, you don't have as much experience as you thought he would this time, but others have stepped up. It is a situation where, especially with the left hand, like to have people check it. Stone Mueller has come in and been that specialist left-hander all year. But you need some other team from that end as well. And they have plenty of them on the spot. They just hadn't sent a whole bunch of them in there to this point.
So here up in just a little bit, we're also going to go over the bobblehead giveaway. And we've been posting that on social media. I did kind of a social media splurge this morning a little bit between Twitter and Facebook. And you have a chance to win the set of Tusk bobbleheads, all 6 of them. Leslie Bynum, is there any word of the game if the game is rained out today? There hasn't been anything yet. Everything is still a go.
It's a go right now. And right now, the situation is all 3 games are still set when they're supposed to be. It's 6 o'clock tonight. It hasn't been moved up to 7. If you're no longer on the SEC Network, you'll be on the SEC Network Plus. They're going to put another game there at 7. Then Saturdays is on ESPN2. It's supposed to start at noon. They'll do a situation where they're going to make the decisions sometime as we go along with this, what they're going to do as far as Saturday. Right now, if you look at the weather, and I'm certainly not a meteorologist, but I've looked at it and it looks like a lot of rain. So I would be surprised if they don't play 2 tomorrow.
So for tonight, is there a great time where they have to say, okay, we're going to go through and we're going to try to play this game no matter what. Is there a certain time period or a certain time this afternoon that they have to make that decision if they're going to call the game tonight or not?
Coach Van Horn mentioned yesterday that there's some SEC rule that's a day to day and a half. So if you're going to go ahead and put it, I think they'll have to make that decision by tonight what they're going to do. And you've seen that happen a lot already this season, like away games. Arkansas just last weekend, they made that decision, pushed that through. And we kind of found that out right at the beginning of the first game the other night. So I think we'll know pretty sure pretty soon. And as soon as it's on there, obviously we'll have it all over our website and our social media. So we'll let you know. It'll all be good.
So let's rewind a little bit back to South Carolina last week. In the first two games, you saw a little bit of adversity at the plate. Arkansas was able to overcome some of that. They were able to get some runs across regardless of the attrition at the plate. But Sunday, you saw them, game two, you saw them kind of break out. And then again, against Pine Bluff down at Dickie Stevens Park, you saw the bats really start to come alive again, too.
Yeah, let's just say what it was. I mean, they really struggled those first two games down there. Lots of people left on base. I think it was 6 of the 41 left on base. In South Carolina, Coach Martin Kingston put that two teams scored the same amount of runs during the weekend. Arkansas won 2 out of 3, and a lot of it because of that 6-run, 6th inning, which South Carolina gave a little help for the bats finally came alive. And then, that was the same way the other night. It wasn't exactly, they weren't exactly flowing in the plays, but there was some fight going on in the bat room. As they say, they were able to get into that bullpen a little bit to finally get it going. This is not a team that's getting the next set after the ball games. It's not a team that's clicking on all cylinders. It's getting late. You might try to get going with it.
Yeah, get going towards the end of the season. Now, there's only 2 series left. You've got Florida this weekend, and then 2 weeks you've got Mississippi State. That's it.
Okay, congratulations and kudos to Oliver Rickman, baseball, New Texas guy who used to on his thing. That's a good word to use in Scrabble.
You can't. So, like I said, 6 o'clock tonight, SEC Network Plus, and then the rest of the weekend is kind of more of a to be determined.
Well, I think that noon tomorrow. Again, just noon tomorrow, there will be a game played. I don't really have any. That looks clear right then. But as closer as you get to Saturday night, then it starts. It's pretty solid rain-wise. We'll know that all of you are better guys. Those guys, I got Josh Records. They'll be great.
Yeah. So everybody want to throw out really quick. Torchy is our new sponsor. We are here live at the Rogers location. We'll be here live every Friday from 11:30 to 12 until the end of the baseball season. So if they end up having to go over to wherever they may be, I'll still be here. You'll still be where he's at. We'll still do this live every Friday.
Unless there's like a complete collapse, we're going to be home, close to the region. And obviously, right now, getting past the region, we're in great shape. We're going to reach a lot of the a lot of the other predictions. It's not a surprise that we're supposed to be the coastal region and be a super national seed right now. So things are good right now. Let's see how it finishes up.
So, switch gears here for a second. Let's go to the softball for just a second. They are traveling to LSU this weekend. Grace had a great point in her release. The 7th straight series that Arkansas has played in the SEC that is against ranked opponents. That's tough.
Yeah, that's life in the SEC. This is a team that has been road warriors for several years now. I think it's 14 15 road series. They've been able to go and win their last road series this year and the last 4 series overall. Really, they pick up the Sunday game against Mississippi State, where you had the runner leaving early, home run taken off the board, and I don't think they recovered from that. But I know that Coach Dykes would like to go and be able to spend those first 2 have to fight so hard on Sunday to win the series. LSU is a very good team. It's a team that started out 24-0. Had won 24 and also had won 24 straight non-conference games. When they lost to Louisiana and Lafayette. It is a team that pitches the ball really well. It's not having as much offense maybe as they would like, but you're playing down there. They love their sports down there. There's spirited crowds. Just go with that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one that will be able to kind of fuel the Razorbacks. I think they look like, and there's a ton of leaders on that team. That my favorite quote around kids. Oh yeah, she's going to walk in there as a useless girl.
She goes, yeah. And, the turnaround that I've seen Hannah Gamble make from last year to this year, that speaks volumes on her work ethic, character, recommitting herself to the team. Because there's a lot of players that could say, you know what, this is my senior year. I'll try to do the best I can. But then after this, I don't know what else to, there's a couple of avenues that she could take. But this year, she could have really easily just said, I'm not going to just, put it out there on the line. But then she really made that commitment in the offseason. And you can see it paying off now.
Yeah, a lot of people who know me know my favorite baseball player is Brooks Robinson. I same my son, Brooks Robinson. And I love to watch him. Like, she reminds me of Brooks over there at the hot point. Professional but she has done a great job. And there's no doubt that she's just a love of the team. Yes. When she's in a great mood, she's leading and happy. Everybody else in that team is happy. She's had some big hits this year. She's just one of those players that everybody on that team gravitates to. True leader, even though she wasn't getting her, she won the team last year. And just have a lot of respect for her, what she's gone to, come back out on the other end. And of course, her doing it at BB, me going up in Newport, that's not too far away. So we got kind of the home.
Yeah, I want to point out something too really quick, and this also speaks to her character. Last year she wasn't having the best season that she's had. After the one of the series, I think it was the egg drop right after Easter, or on Easter, and everybody had went home. There was only a couple of people from the grounds crew that was out there working. There was some folks that were out there cleaning up. There's a picture of her out there helping clean up the berm. That right there shows how invested she is and what it means to be a Razorback, because she's fully committed on the field and off the field. And that's those are the type of players that this state has to keep in. They really have.
Yeah, Ethan Westerman, said, credit for that. He had a really good story on it. Nice to stay late at games. Yeah, that picture. That picture. Down for 1,000 words, and certainly that is Torchy's character and all that. Certainly didn't have to do it. But, she was raised right. And, that's, as you said, that's the type of character.
So, really quick before we jump, I want to touch on basketball because we got some news that broke this morning. With the softball team, one of the things that I noticed was the last 4 series. Won the first game, lost the second game, won the third game. What is there something that Courtney can try to point to help kind of get them over that hump and say maybe get a sturdy sweep against LSU this weekend?
Well, that's going to be tough. I think you down there, but you go down there 1 with 2 or 3. But I do think one of the things that's going to go from there is probably their interest now. I think the getting back big start of the year. Obviously, Oregon Livestock has taken over. He's 12-2, I think now, and that's a phenomenal thing. There is it's just like any other sport. The different and variety you can bring to the mound, whether it's quarterback spot, whatever. It adds a lot. There are 2 different pictures. They put 2 different things. You can mix and match them through the mix. Get set and develop. I think we've seen that they have. That were saying, well, you can go Morgan tonight, Robin tomorrow, and then mix whatever you have to do on Sunday. for lines anyway. Go back in there and get some innings. I do think that it's that will help them. You're only as good as the next game. And it's the next game.
Gotcha. So, again, tonight, Arkansas, LSU, SEC Network, or sorry, SEC Network Plus. Yes,
And if you don't have smart TV, I always say, my goodness.
exactly.
So don't be complaining. I mean, you get them in several places. Almost it's fine. You get them in several places. They're pretty cheap these days, and you actually can get them in Vegas. There's no use in that. No use to be complaining about not being able to see the game. Just saying.
Yep. So again, we're live here at Torchy's and Rogers. Our new sponsor will be here every Friday from 11:30 to 12. So y'all just make sure to join in. Like the YouTube page, you can watch that live, or heck, you can come up here at Torchy's, enjoy some tacos, damn good tacos at that.
And it's not just cussing, man. That is their motto.
That is their motto, yeah.
It fits and it's their motto.
That was a little bit of a taco point Wednesday when we were doing our shoot. Also, they're a great queso that they make homemade in the back too. That stuff it's fire, figuratively and literally.
Yeah, and they can make it as spicy or as not spicy as you want, but tacos and cheese dip and all that. And also, I was thrilled that I'm not usually up too early, but I was thrilled to know that you get breakfast up at you.
Cool. Now that's what I'm talking about. Some breakfast.
Always.
So, we got a little bit of breaking news that happened this morning. Billy Richmond, 5-star commit to Arkansas, and Coach Calipari this morning.
Getting pretty close to Kate Arbogast being out of the starting line.
No.
Right now he's still hanging in there.
The lone survivor.
Fifth guy. Yeah, 4 a.m. Jonas Agnew visited this weekend, the Tennessee Center. I think he's going to North Carolina after that. Yep. They're just going to continue to filter in here. Expect DJ Wagner and some others to come in. Obviously, Kevin does a great job following that.
Sure does.
Find his reports. Most of the questions, I get a lot of questions because I used to cover a lot of basketball. I get a lot of questions. Just check and see what Kevin's put up on the board.
Yeah.
Have you ask a question?
Exactly.
I call it with Kevin. He's the one minding the score of basketball. We're doing it with baseball and softball, and obviously Oaks is a football guy, and he respected it. I being a Celtics fan, and obviously we lost the other day, but I obviously have never loved the Lakers. I love Otis, and I hate for him to hurt. And you could just feel it last night.
Yeah, it seems like it's a tough go for him again. Again 3-0 down to the Denver Nuggets. I know you talk to Scott Hastings every once in a while, pretty regularly. And so I feel like LeBron might have regressed a little bit. Do you think? I know that he's one of the best athletes in the world, but as far as his game goes, he's only as good as the people also around him. I wonder if Father Time, I should say, might be trying to catch up to him a little bit.
I'm one of the ones in the camp who still count my quarters.
Except you're
just how what I've watched and all that. But you have to give his flowers. Yes, he's a phenomenal basketball player. He's doing things at his age that a lot of people can't do. I've always had respect for him and what he does. He's trying so hard. Anthony Davis has had some good games. It's tough. You have to guard the Joker, and he just all these different things. I think the biggest thing I noticed the most is just me that just don't have enough. And D-Lo will give you everything he's got in the game. You get like zeros and disappear. But the big thing is we're playing the best. They've been into the best team in the NBA. You could have worked that around and not let them say, well, we're going to have to do this. Denver's is really good. I obviously myself just didn't show up the other night. Good little fans. But I'd love to see that Celtics and Nuggets series there too. I'm sure the Celtics, I'm sure anybody can take it. Just the sum of their individual parts, they got great individual parts. The sum of the individual parts together is just phenomenal team.
It's the mismatches that they create on the court that a lot of teams, maybe the Bucks to the string, might be able to match up with as far as matchup nightmares go. But I mean, you've seen Celtics and Denver on a collision course. At the
Well,
very
I think so, but I'll check with me tomorrow night. As long as Jason shows up. You were mentioning we get drifted up, but you mentioned the basketball team. Four great players, four that when they were going to Kentucky fans were thought they were great. Now they're just okay. It's interesting to see the little rivalry going between back and forth. I mean, they are living. So it's been really great. They're going to be the other way around to a certain extent. That rivalry is going to be fun at the end. And obviously, lots of players coming in. And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that obviously it's now 7 players who started on the roster. The Arsenal men's team.
That was my last point. Yeah,
who will not be here next year or who are in the pool playing in the story and still up on the page. Like Coach Dave just nice. Appreciate him taking the call and speaking on it. There's some that could come back. There's been 3 different camps and stuff right there. But it's he's got basically you swapped out Marion Dowdo. I brought in Vera from Nigerian. He played Mark Camp.
I'm glad you pronounced that. And I didn't.
Yeah, Izzy Higginbotham, which I can say a lot easier. Number 8 national scorer last year. You got a Kansas City that takes over. And there's a lot of people see a lot of drama in social media and all that. I asked him to comment on that there, but it's clear that on the court and off the court didn't flourish in the way they wanted it to this year. I'll give him a break. Start with not having thirds and make their decisions. And Sasha go over there are legitimate concerns there's some things there. He knows. They're doing their best. I hope he gets involved. Getting the TikTok star. Just because I think that would be fun to write about. It's just the National Junior College Player here. It's not as if,
she knows her up.
It's not just she's just a model and influencer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're trying to find a picture of the Cyclops, explain that. Neighbors. It's neighbors.
Research.
Yeah, but it's a roster tournament there. You've got it's been a big week. I think it's 8 hits all together. Football and basketball, men's and women's. So lots of influx of acquisition of talent. Obviously, something out there as well.
It is. Also, be sure to tune in on Sunday at, I do believe, 10 a.m. is what Otis and I are going to go live, do the Arkansas football report with Otis Kirk. So make sure to jump in there with that, with us, and jump in there. He's got all the guy. I'm going to tell you what, if I could crack that guy's melon open and just get all of that information,
He gets a lot of stuff. Let's hope it's Lakers win on Saturday, whenever the next game is. So it'll be in
yeah. So, trivia question. Do you have a trivia question to give away the 6 bobblehead set of Tusk that will be announced on Sunday? We'll announce that on Hogville's webpage, also on social media with Twitter and Facebook as well. What do you got, man?
How many strikeouts does Hagen Smith have?
All right, so here's what we're going to do here in just a few minutes, or just a second. I want you guys to go on to the Twitter post from hogville.net.
Went into the night. How many strikeouts? you've dropped some hits, 17, 39 innings, and all that. He's obviously done a lot to get move up the chart. But how many?
Well, I didn't give yours away. So jump on the Twitter post that I made this morning, highlighting hogville.net with Torchies, and with the link to the hogville.net Arkansas Razor Diamond Report. Put your answer in there. The first one that gets that right will win the 6 bobblehead set of Tusk. And we'll, also in that post, there is a picture of all 6 of those Tusk, the bobbleheads as well. So jump in there, take a look at that. The first one that does get that right. Yeah, that's a good touch right there, man. Well, let's get you out of here. We got some baseball this afternoon, this evening, I should say. And everybody, come over here to Torchy's and Rogers, also in the favorite location, which is just a stone's throw from Baumwalker Stadium. So if you can't get into the game, enjoy some damn good tacos, some fire homemade queso, and they got a full service bar, which you can see right behind us here as well. So you can catch the game and call the Hogs. For Dudley and myself, Jason, I want to say thank you guys for jumping on with us today on the Arkansas Diamond Report with Dudley and Jason. Take care and go Hogs.